Welcome to Amazing World Channel.
Theresa May REUTERSDylan Martinez. Theresa May's generous offer to the EU dismissed as peanuts. EU Paliament president says that UK is not being realistic about what it owes. Antonio Tajani mocks Conservative divisions over Brexit. The EU Council will decide this week whether the next phase of negotiations can begin. London. Theresa May's offer to pay a €20 billion divorce bill for leaving the EU has been dismissed as peanuts by the President of the European Parliament. Antonio Tajani told Newsnight that the Prime Minister's self-described generous offer to pay a limited sum to cover limited financial commitments already made by the UK was not realistic. "We need to put their money on the table," he told the BBC's Evan Davis. "We need our money back," as Mrs. Thatcher said 30 years ago. Tajani suggested that the Prime Minister may have to treble her offer before the EU are willing to agree Britain's future relationship with the bloc. €20 billion is peanuts. The problem is 50, 60. This is the real situation. Tajani also mocked growing divisions within May's cabinet over Brexit. "We want to know what the UK wants to do," he said. "This is the problem. It is not very clear. We are united. At the moment there is a unity. Where is the unity in the United Kingdom, because there are many different positions? We have only one position. We have only one negotiator. It is very difficult to know what the United Kingdom wants to do. That is the problem." He added, "We are realistic. The UK government is not realistic." Watch Tajani May's offer as peanuts. Tajani's comments follow a day in which senior members of May's cabinet revealed an open split within the cabinet over whether Britain could walk away from Brexit negotiations without a deal. Brexit Secretary David Davis told MPs that it was sensible to prepare for the possibility that there is no deal at the end of Brexit negotiations, while the International Trade Secretary Liam Fox told the BBC that no deal would not be the Armageddon that some people project. However, the Home Secretary Amber Rudd said that the prospect of leaving the EU without any kind of deal would be unthinkable. "It is unthinkable there would be no deal. It is so much in their interests as well as ours," Rudd told Parliament's Home Affairs Committee. "We will make sure there is something between them and us to maintain our security." The row comes within days of the EU Council's decision on whether Brexit negotiations will be allowed to move to discussions on Britain's future relationship with the EU. The EU's chief negotiator Michel Barnier said last week that talks had reached deadlock over Britain's financial settlement and recommended that the next phase of talks are delayed until at least December. May will fly to Brussels to take part in the EU Council summit. However, discussions on whether Britain has made sufficient progress in the negotiations will not take place until Friday after May has left. A spokesperson for the Prime Minister said on Tuesday that May's Florence speech had achieved momentum in the talks and insisted that negotiations were now accelerating.